Today, Taylor and I are excited to tell you about Beckett's Blessing Box. But before we do, we want to tell you Beckett's story.
March 22nd, 2021, my wife and I were scheduled to be induced, and we were expecting our baby boy, Beckett Williams Morton. And on March 21st, my wife started craving her last supper, I like to call it, a Whopper from Burger King. So we went to Burger King to try to get her a Whopper. They were out of Whoppers. We went to McDonald's and had to settle for their chicken sandwich and some French fries. But anytime we go get Lindley a Whopper, we have to go to McDonald's to get the French fries. And so we got that. So we got her last supper, and I'm heading home, and I'm on the phone with Lindley, and she says, "Hey, don't freak out, but I'm starting to have contractions." And in that moment, we're super excited because we've been praying that our son would come on his own. And so as we're praying for that, excited for that, there's still kind of an uneasy feeling in our heart and soul about what's going on. And so I get to the house, and my wife's there, and her contractions are happening. She had talked to her doctor. They said, start monitoring your contractions, and we're going to time them out. As the contractions are becoming more irregular, I call our doctor, and she says, "Hey, y'all both called me within the hour. Something's going on. Y'all come on in." And we head to the hospital. We get all our stuff, and we hop in the car, head to the hospital. It's supposed to be something that feels real exciting. And unfortunately, Lindley and I both had this gut feeling. We didn't say it, but we had a gut feeling that something wasn't right. And so as we head to the hospital, her contractions go from being irregular to basically every minute to every 30 seconds. And so I'm trying to get to the hospital as quick as I can. And we get there, and I've got all the the luggage, the sign to hang on the door, and they get Lindley in. They do a fantastic job of getting her in quickly. As they get Lindley on the hospital bed, they check her, and she is 9 centimeters dilated, and the nurses start checking for Beckett's heartbeat, and they are looking frantically, and Lindley is in a lot of pain. And so I'm concerned with Lindley, and there's just a lot going on in a short amount of time. And our doctor is at home watching the monitor from her house, and she's concerned from her house. She calls the doctor that's on call at the hospital to go in and do an ultrasound to check on Lindley, to check on Beckett. And as she does that, she is on her way to the hospital, and as she gets to the hospital, Lindley looks at our doctor and says, I'm so sorry. I know you've gone through a lot and everything that's happened. And then our doctor looks at Lindley and says, "No, baby, I'm sorry. We can't find his heartbeat. You're gonna have to push." Lindley simply looks at her doctor and says, "No, I can't. And our doctor said, "Well, you're gonna have to. You're in full labor." And as Lindley, knowing, and this is one reason why that I've fallen even more in love with my wife today, is that she was a warrior through this entire process. That knowing that Beckett wasn't going to be alive when he arrived, she pushed 4 times, and Beckett was here, and he is and was a perfect baby boy. And we got to hold him and love on him in the hospital, and we've got a mental picture of what he looks like, and we can't wait to eventually be with him one day in heaven. But this is our story of Beckett, and although Beckett's not here, Lindley and I want to talk to you about this resource that we have for you, for those who are going through pain.
We share Beckett's story with you to show the purpose behind Beckett's Blessing Box. We wanted to provide a resource for grieving families. Inside the box, there are several tangible tools unique to each family. Boxes may include a teddy bear, devotions, blankets, bracelets, journals, candles, Bibles, and other financial support to help a grieving family. Through Beckett's legacy, we want to share God's hope. Grief is a subject that Taylor and I are all too familiar with. Our culture is quick to put a timeline on how long we should grieve, but we want to provide hope through Beckett's Blessing Box.
There are 3 ways you can get involved with Beckett's Blessing Box. The first way is by requesting a box. If you or a friend has lost a child or gone through a miscarriage, go to our website, beckettsblessingbox.com, and put in your information, and we'll send you a box as soon as possible. The second way you can get involved with Beckett's Blessing Box is by supporting a box. Our boxes run about $150 to $200, and we want our boxes to be excellent. My wife and I have both prayerfully considered every resource inside this box, and so you can go to the website and give monthly. You can support a box by giving $150, or you can support as many boxes as you want. And so please prayerfully consider supporting a box. And the last way you can get involved with the box is by partnering with the box. If you're a church, a grief organization, a school, however it may be, we want to get you these resources. So go in, submit your information. That way we can partner with you.
Our prayer through Beckett's Blessing Box is to share his story, honor his legacy, point others to Jesus, and get resources in the hands of others to help them grieve well, eventually finding purpose in their pain.